And hey, hello there folks, it's me RJB from RJB TV. And I found a game with a new name, Soyoung, who played against Brain. Who is this Soyoung guy? Is he good? Does he have the skills to put Brain to the test? He's here. The secret, hidden Gosu that I've never ever seen before. I tried to do some research, and all the results were inconclusive. Soyongdori here on the blue Terran, on the top corner of the map. And he's up against Brain in a Terran against Zerg. Super epic battle. We don't often see these Terran against Zergs, specifically with Brain. These games are very, very rare. And I really hope that this Dori, or Soyongdori, is going to put Brain to the test. Or maybe Brain is going to put Soyoung to the test, who knows? All I know is Brain is the best player in the world and Soyoung is here to challenge him in the battle of heroic 1 versus 1, where the only thing that matters is your own skill, your own ability to succeed and perform. We have a hatchery first here from Brain. That is a very standard. This is something you will pretty much always see in a Zerg game on a corner spawn. Now I must add, of course, that the Koreans do like to go for a chokeless, which means no choke, build order as Zerg, and they are pretty damn good at that as well. They're pretty damn good at that as well. But more often than not, you will see this exact thing where you see hatchery in a choke. To wall off the front with some sunkens and buy some time here in the back to just build up and get rich. Very, very rich. Now Soyoung is going for a command center first, which is actually pretty good in a cross-spawn situation, because in a cross-spawn situation you have diminished returns on your aggression, because there's just so much distance to travel that whenever you arrive to attack, the opponent is pretty far ahead of you. Like, it takes like 30 seconds to travel all the way across the map with units once they spawn. So that's a very long time of traveling. 30 seconds of difference in terms of production at the site of the combat. Brain goes for a hatchery after he gets that pull, so hatchery in the front, pull in the back, then hatchery in the back, and then a sunken in the front. And the sunken, it's only one sunken for now, and I don't like the placement that much. This top side is completely walkable, but doesn't have anything to worry about at the moment, because Soyoung is not gonna get anything in there except this one SV that's gonna get surrounded, trying to keep it alive for as long as he can, but Brain not gonna let it slip through. It slips through, and he sees that there's one more hatchery there on the bottom. So a delayed gas. You have a slow gas from Brain, and the SV is gonna stay alive for a little while longer. Okay, he's gonna die right now. No, it is not. Yes, it is. Will it? Yes. Goodbye. But he's done his job. He's done his job. He saw that it's going to be a 4 hatchery gas build order here from Brain into a couple more suckers in the front. Double gas in the back, actually. Double gas in the back. Usually it's a single gas, but he decides to go for a double gas. And that's going to mean he's going to have to use a lot of drones to mine gas, which means, of course, less minerals. But Brain is the one player who always knows exactly what he's doing. So we're going to see a lair probably very soon. He might go for something else, but it's most likely going to be a lair. So Soyoung now has Marines there on the map. He's getting a factory, a very fast factory actually. Gets the factory before he starts or finishes the academy, before he starts his medic and stim. Later on the way there for Brain, let me just set up the location hotkey so we can jump back and forth just like this and see what both players are, well, doing. Not a lot is happening though at the moment. At the moment, not a lot is happening. Triple sunken in the front, the wall has been sealed off, and I want to just note this. This is an important thing that I want to highlight. He builds the hatchery, not here in the entranceway, but kind of outside of the choke. Because against a Terran, you would want this hatchery to stay alive for as long as you can, because if you put tanks right here around the corner, or maybe here on the high ground, they can kill a hatchery much easier if it's here in the choke point. Because then the tanks shoot across the hill and just hit the hatchery. If you put it a little bit further away, it is right outside of tank range. So the hatchery will not die to tanks situated behind the hills. That's why he puts it that far away. You will never see a hatchery placed this far away against a Protoss. Because against a Protoss you want to really seal off the entrance. As a Terran, it's not that important. You just want things to get attacked and die. You do not need an actual wall against a Terran. At least most of the time. Sometimes you do. So Zergling there detects the Marines moving out. It's about 12 Marines, 2 medics, a couple more structures on the way back at home. He's on 35 SCV, so growing quite rich pretty quick. Getting a 3rd refinery, has range on the way after he got his stim, has siege on the way, and no tank in production yet. He's going to go for a very fast science facility. I believe a science facility. Tank is in production now. Going to go control tower, factor number 2 as well. Marine's still waiting on the middle. He's not moving out. He's really taking his time, not really planning on putting any pressure onto Brain just yet. And Brain loves that. Brain does not mind being given this much time. He loves this. He's not even morphing these 2 Sunks in the front because he knows the Marines are staying in place. When the Marines move in and start moving across the map, he's going to morph those 2 Sunkens immediately. So the Zergling there, is he going to go? Yes, he's going to... Okay, he's just going to try to catch the Zergling. We still don't see the 2 creeps morphing into Sunkens. Kills 1. More Marines are balling up on the middle, a couple more medics in between as well. He has a siege tank rolling across. And now he's going to start morphing those 2 Sunkens because he knows that now Soyong is pushing across the map to start the attack and hit the Sunkens and try to break through. But we have Lurkers morphing in the front that are maybe... Yeah, they're going to buy some time. They're going to burrow up in the front. We do have a triple scan there from Soyong. More Lurkers there in the front, hitting them. He has to use scans at the moment to hurt them. Splits them up. Marines moving forward. Ooh, he snipes 1 Lurker with a siege tank, but he wanted to snipe a couple more Lurkers with the Marines. Trying to do some damage. Very good play there from Soyong. Gets a lot of damage on the Lurkers, but the Lurkers are firing back with power, but the Lurkers in the end do have to retreat. So that's a small little victory there for Soyong, but I do think that Brain killed a large amount of Marines and has nothing to worry about at the moment. If less Marines died, Soyong could have maybe pushed through with a tank, medic, and Marine to kill the Sunkens and break into the base. But because he lost so many Marines, that's no longer an option. Plus, there are still 2 Lurkers that are quite dangerous against Marines. So Moore's moving across the map. He might. I wonder if he's going to put some tanks right on the edges here. Or just go for a traditional push through the front door. He's really not being that aggressive. He's not being that aggressive. He's largely focused on producing here back at home. And he's producing very quickly. Although I don't see an armory yet, he's getting a science facility here. Got a irradiate on the way. Got a vessel flying across the map. Oh, goes for the attack. Kills the 2 Lurkers. Brain a little bit too eager with trying to snipe the tank in the front. Doesn't quite do it. Gets scanned, gets killed. More units are coming from across the base there, trying to get in there. But we have the vessel in the sky. So the Lurkers do kill 2 tanks. Great move. 1 more tank is still alive. Vessel providing detection. We have a hive back at home. We got triple Evo chamber very quickly from him as well. Getting upgrade on every single thing he can. Getting high electric speed. I wonder if he has range or if he did not get a range yet. The fighter on the way, and we have consume being researched. So 5 hatcheries at the moment. The Sunks in the front are still alive. The Lurkers have all died. Brain has done a great job buying himself time. His bank is also quite massive. So even Brain can struggle spending his money quick enough. Goes in yet again. This time around, I don't think the Lurkers will do that much. Although, that was a huge spine hit. Huge spine hit on the bottom as well. So kills a lot of Marines. But, he's not really achieving that much. Except, of course, slowing Soyong down. Soyong is getting slowed down on the push. He's only killed 1 Sunken so far, but I do think he killed about 8 or 9 Lurkers in this game so far, which is pretty good. We have double Lurker there in the front. He got Consume. He's got Plague. He's got 200 energy for double Dark Swarm. He's gonna throw down the Dark Swarm. He's gonna get those Lurkers under the Dark Swarm and maybe try to get in there. Ooh, the Zerglings are pushing forward mightily. There's no Fire Bats. There were no sieged up tanks. Everything gets pushed back into the middle. Fire Bats are now arriving on the scene. Lurkers there in the front. Vessel is down. When the Vessel went for a Radiate, he killed the drones. Holy crap. 25 drone kills. I was missing the Vessel. I was like, where did that Vessel go? And he got the drones really, really hard. Brain's economy is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I wonder if he yes, he noticed. He's building 15 drones. That Radiate came at the worst possible time for Brain imaginable. Gets another radiator onto the fighter, pushing forward a little bit more into the middle of the map. Gets double Dark Swarm. Zerglings pushing forward. Tanks will go down. Marines have to retreat yet again. More Firebats arriving on the scene. The Firebats will maybe clean this out. Maybe they will not. So far, yes. Firebats clean out a lot of Zerglings, but once again get pushed back further into the middle. This buys Brain a lot of time to try and get another Defiler on the scene and maybe get more drones. Because his drone count at the moment is literally looking terrible. There's no Spire, so he has no protection against these radiates. He has to burrow, but the burrow is not ready yet. Will he get... It's going to be a race against the clock. Burrow is almost finished. Burrow is on the way from somewhere. Burrow is very close to finishing. Splits of the drones, loses. Ooh, he killed the drones with target firing because Burrow was still like 2 seconds removed from finishing. It's finished now. That was a very close call. That could have ended the game if it had gone any worse than this. But he manages to snipe the individual drones with the other drones and keep the drones alive. He lost like 3 or 4 drones in total. Very, very close call. So far, Soyong is switching into a very weird combination of Firebat, Vulture, Medic, Vessel, and Tank. Not something you often see. This is something that's very rare. Very, very rare. So a couple more lurkers are on the middle of the map. One of them gets taken down by a radiator, loses a Defiler as well. Tanks are shooting from a very safe distance, very far away. Did he just plague that Vessel? Yeah, he just plagued the Vessel. Which is kind of cute. So a lot of mines on the middle there to, of course, make sure that Brain cannot go for a counter push. Then the mines will explode on anything that moves through. Tank there on the side of the hill, gonna get taken down by these Zerglings. Although they're not sieging up at the moment, he's waiting for the siege. He decides to just give up and go for it. So I have to micro those 2 tanks, gonna micro them defensive matrix. That energy would have preferably been used on something else, but it's better than losing the tank. It's better than losing the tank and getting slowed down on the push. So he gets a tank on the other hillside, which will buy him some time. We have Hylos trying to shoot across the hill, but they just cannot reach. Almost got there. Snipes the Vessel in the middle, snipes the Vulture, so pretty good movement there with the Vulture, with the Hylos. Down 68 drones. He's recovering really quickly, or maybe Soyong is just not pushing onto him. Soyong now has a massive Firebat army ready to push through because Lurkers just don't do that well against Firebats. Firebats will melt whatever they can under those Dark Swarms. And he has what upgrades on those Firebats? He has 1 attack, 0 armor. He lifted up the barracks and spread them out all across the map. He's building turrets everywhere. Soyong is really focusing on a lot of things all at once. 76 SCVs, losing Vessels on the side, Mulas in the sky helping out, and this is where Firebats become really bad. Air units, because sadly, Firebats cannot light up the skies with their flames, they can just shoot in the ground and not in the sky. So the Mulas there securing this side, although I do think that this wasn't as effective as Brain would have liked it to be, because there was not that much on the side, and I really don't like how Soyong has taken so much time to start pushing. He's got a big base now by now though. Like, he built his base pretty quickly. He's building on the sides to make sure that overlords can just fly in and kill his SCV, so nothing is going to catch him by surprise. A lot of floating structures as well. Mulas are taking down the floating structures. We got 2 small groups of Mulas there on both sides trying to just clean things out. Brain is progressing really quickly with his economy and his base. Like, he has that's 8 hatcheries, number 9 in the front, 9 hatcheries. That's about the number you would at least need in a Zerg Terran. It's not about the size of your army, it's about the exact specifics of what units you have. Do you have Guardians? Do you have Lurkers? Do you have Defilers? Devourers, Hylas, whatever else. What matters is the diversity and the effectiveness of the composition, not the amount of units that you can produce in one cycle. Although, of course, I have to admit, of course, more hatcheries always helps out, so he's getting a couple more, but what he has at the moment is completely fine. So this Overlord drop there on the side did not get spotted yet, but he sees construction of a turret. He's not going to get through this without being spotted. We only have 5 starports. We have about, I'd say, 6 starports, and I'd say about 11 factories. slowly progressing across the map. He really is taking his time. But boy, is there a lot on the map. There is a lot on the map. And the upgrades, I believe, are on 0, 1. He's got 2 attack. Actually, he's not getting the attack upgrade level 2. He's getting ship plating, ground plating, and ship weapons at the moment. So Brain actually has slightly better upgrades on 2, 2 already. His upgrades are way better than Soyoung's. So Soyongdori on the side is going to clear out all the turrets and take away some of that map control that Soyoung has. Just take it all down, open up this pathway for a future attack. Gonna move in some tanks to try and take this down. So now we have a fight happening on the side, not in the middle. Soyoung has been really focusing on macro and trying to set up the map. But in that process, he hasn't done a lot of attacking. Oh, the Ultralisks on the middle. Getting shot at from behind the hills, but these two are not sieged up. On top of the tanks, there's mines in between there still. He's cleaning this out there on the side as well. Oh wait, this one might have something inside. He's gonna find a way in there. There's one Defiler, one Lurker. The middle gets cleaned out. So Soyoung there secures the middle. We have a... Oh, goes for the Radiate. Double Radiate. Is this Lurker... Always trying to snipe it down. Oh, gets a Plague on the SCVs. That's actually pretty good because... Right now, if Brain can get Mulisks across the map, like at least 12 of them across the map, and just shoot on the CC, all of the SCVs will die to the bouncing glaives from the Mulisks. That's what he's trying to do, is fly across the map. He's going to just try to kill the SCVs with the Mulisks. This is really fun stuff. He's also going to try to get a drop on there. He's making Mulisks, some of them already on the map, trying to kill structures in the sky. He's scouting a path with the Scourges. On the middle, he's sending out Ultralisks to try and buy some time and distract Soyoung from what's happening here on the top and the left. So Mulisks are morphing there in the back. I wonder if he's going to send them across the map. SCVs all on low HP. Look at them. Every single one of them got plagued. That was really the best possible move Brain had in his pocket at that exact moment in time. So yeah, the middle lost a lot of tanks. Soyoung has lost a lot of ground on the middle, losing ground on the side as well. Guardians are attacking. He's not going for the Mulisk fly around. I really thought he was going to do that, but he's not. He's banking on this drop to end Soyoung once and for all. Soyoung is retreating there from the middle. He has Valkyries, Goliaths, and tanks here on the side. Zerglings and tanks are moving through. Drop there on the top side. He's moving away from the Overlord drop. Oh, he's got nothing back at home. He's moving into position with one Valkyrie, one tank. He's pulling back tanks, trying to defend. Valkyrie goes in. Oh, some stuff unloaded. Ah, no lurkers. No lurkers in between this mix-up. But the Ultralisks might. He's building a structure in between. If the Ultralisks can get on top of this... Oh, almost got in there. Just a little bit too far away. The Ultralisks are too big, too beefy. They can't get through. But they're also not taking any damage. Look at this. Okay, tank just rolling back home. Gonna siege up. Great Plague on all of the armories. And the supply depots gets on top of there. This is gonna be an SCV massacre. Actually, the tanks might kill his own SCVs. And yes, the tanks killed his own SCVs. The tanks killed his own SCVs. Oh my god. I mean, he had to siege up in order to kill the Ultralisks because they were under a Dark Swarm. But he should have pulled the SCVs to safety because now his economy is down in the dumps. It's looking terrible for him, and now an attack through the middle of the map. Ultralisks, Zerglings, and Hydralisks are pushing forward. Some mines are exploding on some Zerglings, but the Zerglings, they don't mind. They are giving their lives for a higher purpose. Brain is on the push back. Guardians in the skies. Soyoung is getting punished for his lack of aggression. He got 2 good Radiates. One of them killing a lot of drones, but after that, he's been a sitting duck on the middle, trying to establish control over the map, not knowing how to proceed forward to taking down Brain. Maybe he is a little bit too busy with that very high APM he has. I mean, his APM is ridiculously high. He just hasn't really done a lot of attacking with it. He's been purely focused on producing and establishing control over the map, and all of that is now gone. He's got no production, no control. What does Brain have? Production, control, and great strategic planning. Brain is picking Soyongdori apart, and he's making, I wouldn't say making it look easy, because he did struggle at some point, but everything has just been going very well. Cleaned out this right side quite easily, cleaned out the top side quite easily yet again, just broke free, and he's never ever going to be imprisoned again. Now Soyongdori is recovering his SCVs quite rapidly. He pulled most of the SCVs on the gas towards the minerals, so his minerals are recovering rapidly. You can already see it, 54 SCVs, he was down on 30 just earlier. His economy is looking better and better, but he's not out of those dark waters yet. He still needs more SCVs. He has enough gas at the moment. Luckily though, enough gas means he can keep up producing tanks and vessels without having to worry about too much. And there's a lot of tanks there in the front, but the upgrades are still lagging behind on Brain. He's on 2-2 against 3-3 on the ground there from Brain. Overlord spreading out across the map to get more vision, so now control is definitely in Brain's hands. Finds two vessels there on the side that are not doing anything. Got a lot of spores there inside of Brain's base. Open up some space as well, make it easier to move through his base. A lot more hatcheries just thrown down without care. Like, he just needed hatcheries. He didn't want to spend or waste time on placing them very precisely, so just threw them down wherever he could. He's gonna ball them up there in the middle, build a big army. A lot of Zerglings are moving across as well. He has a lot more Ultradisc in production. Got the air upgrades on the way as well. At the moment, the air upgrades are on one Carapace. Goes in with a frontal attack there. A lot of Dark Swarms coming down. Zerglings in the mix. Hydra's there in the back. Great Plague on the Valks and the Vessels. Another great Plague on the tanks. That's going to soften them up so much that they can just walk through and the tanks will explode by themselves just by touching them with your pinky toe. It goes in. All the tanks going down. Supply count for Soyong is very, very low. Very low. It's not looking pretty. But he survives that attack for now. He survives for now. He is on a pretty healthy amount of SCVs at the moment. He's going to try to probably build a wall in the front. Probably build a wall in the front to maybe keep the enemy out. But he's going to have to be really quick because the enemy is coming from across the map. Both of us are on the middle. They're irradiated though. They are radiated though, and they're breaking through that wall. The wall is... Oh, did he buy himself enough time? You have about 18 tanks there, sitting, waiting, shooting. Ultras are getting on top of the tanks. Zerglings in between. Tanks going down. It's not looking good. It's looking very bad. In fact, it's looking very, very bad here for Soyongdori. As the Zerglings are getting on top of his tanks, and they are dying. Look at the stream of Zerglings from across the map just happening, just streaming, just flowing, just overpowering, thundering through, giving their futile lives for the greater purpose, as he calls GG, and Brain wins with taking one big smack to the face. Like, bam, he got hit by a lot of drones dying, by a vessel, radiate. But after that, he never looked back, always looking ahead of him. Always looking for ways to try and hurt Soyongdori, and oh boy did he hurt him. Although I have to add, Soyong kind of hurt himself pretty badly, and it all comes down to that beautiful plague on the SCVs. Brain literally saw what he had to do and did it. One Overlord with one Defiler and one Lurker. And in that moment he thought to himself, my Lurker's gonna die before it kills anything. So you know what? I will plague the SCVs and get in there with something else and just try to kill as many of them as possible. And in the end, Soyong killed all of his own SCVs by accident. That's what tanks do when they splash on SCVs. They die. And Brain wins the game with a convincing, beautiful Zerg performance. So hope to see you come back next time around. I was RJB from RJB TV, and I'm signing out.